Hello, how are you? I want you to like this page and share it. 12 noon, we start our message for today, coming in 5 minutes early, talking about the courage to create your greatest life. Your greatest life. Life that you have now is the life that you were born into, the life that you were delivered. But now you have a choice. You can settle for this life that you now have, or you can decide, I want to expand my territory. I want to live my greatest life, because the life that you live now is a reflection of your inner vision of yourself. So I want you to like this page and share it, like it and share it, because we got something for you that can help you to begin to move to the next level. A lot of people are not willing to understand the reality. They're stronger than they give themselves credit for being. And because of mental conditioning, many people are settling. And when you settle for a life of less, a life of not experiencing life totally, when you settle for not challenging yourself and living within your comfort zone, that's survival. That's not living. And living, what it takes to live and what it takes to survive, is a totally different thing. And when you look at all the stuff that's going on right now, all of the conversation in the media about what we were going into in the winter months with the flu and with the coronavirus increasing in states all across the country and various countries, and various procedures that are going to be taking place, and the confusion and the resistance on the national level, interrupting a national implementation of a program that will save thousands of people's lives. And you have to wonder, what state of mind do you have to be in where courage does not matter? Where courage does not matter. That there are people who stand back and watch the country being put in a threatening position, implementations for programs that can help save lives. There are people who have no spine, no backbone, because of position, because of power, because of politics. They just stand back and watch. And a lot of people just stand back and watch their lives. And they just accept whatever life throws at them. They've already surrendered. They've already given up and given in. But I think that those of you that are listening to me, there's something about you to say, no. I attract people who want to do more, who want to have more, who want to experience their greatest life. And I share with you based upon my own experience. You can do that. You can have that. And it's challenging and it's tough. But I like what Robert Schuller said, tough times never last, but tough people do. Whatever the tough situation that shows up in your life, you've got to decide that you're going to be tougher. I remember going through a procedure and the doctor said, this is going to be very uncomfortable. Got to toughen up. And I did. And he was amazed. And I had to rise above it because that procedure needed to be done. Didn't like it. Didn't like being there. It was very uncomfortable. I was nervous the whole time. I'm one of those people, I don't like going to the dentist at all. It's not my idea of having a good time. Can you feel a brother up in here, up in here? No, I don't like it. But I had to toughen up. And tears coming out my eyes, and I was holding on. Let me tell you something. But I did it. I did it. All of us have been in situations where we had to toughen up to get through it. And this time where we are is no different. The other thing is, it's amazing that we have to remind ourselves of God is still in charge. He's still in charge. He's still in charge. This stuff that's going on right now, when you are about to have a major breakthrough, sometimes things get real bad before they get better. If you walked into an operating room and there's a surgery going on, it looks real bad. In the middle of the surgery, it looks like a murder. But on the other side, come on now, did you say the other side? There's a healing that's available. I want you to like this page and share it to as many people as possible. This is going to lift their spirit. I want you to like it and share it. It won't be a long message. It will be long enough to cover the subject and short enough to be interesting. I want you to like this page and share it, because now we need to plug into things that can lift our spirits, that can transform our thinking, that will allow us to step out of the collective thinking of the masses. See, the masses don't work on themselves. The masses are listening to foolishness. The masses are not selective of the words, the information that they bring in. My twin brother, he was home, and his wife and my niece and nephew, they wanted to watch a movie where there's a lot of violence and killings and ugliness. And fortunately, he left the room. And after they got through watching all of that, my sister-in-law came in the room limping. I don't feel good. I feel bad. I got headache. And Wesley said, I told y'all not to watch all that craziness. Listen, this is the time you have to put yourself on a mental diet, because there's too much stuff that's happening that takes a toll on your mind. Be ye not conformed to this world. You don't want to think like everybody else. If you're watching what everybody else is watching, if you're listening to what everybody else is listening to, if you have the conversation and the verbiage that everybody else is putting out there, guess what? That reflects your state of mind. Guess what? That's the kind of reality that you're going to create for yourself. In order to create your next greatest life, you've got to focus on your mind. You've got to unplug from the collective thinking of the masses. And you've got to be intentional about the things that you put in your mind. This is a time for self-development. Write this down. Self-development. What? To develop yourself to become stronger, to handle whatever is in front of you and whatever life is going to throw at you, so that you can have the mental resolve, the mental resiliency to deal with it. And this stuff we're dealing with now, it's going to be a minute. And you can't tell me there's no trickle-down effect from what's happening politically to the masses, the leader, the speed of the leader, the speed of the group, the masses. You got 73 million people that courage don't mean anything. Truth don't mean anything. And our children are watching this. Our children are listening. And as a result, the suicide rate, there's a program on Netflix. You got to see it. You got to see it. And it's called, this program, it talks about the dilemma. It deals with the dilemma that children are facing, and how what they're watching, these videos and the television and their phones, what it's doing to corrupt their minds and distort their vision of themselves. The suicide rate is off the chart, not just for adults, but for our children as well. So well, Les, what do you do that you need to create, have the courage to create the greatest version of yourself? One, make decisions that work for you. Create an environment that works for you. Environment is everything. Environment is more powerful than willpower. I know good people, when I was coming along, good people who came out of good homes, and because they got around the wrong people, they became someone that they couldn't even recognize. I didn't recognize them anymore. I remember a girl named Sarah. What happened to you? You're not this person that I used to know. What happened to you? She said, life. Oh, that's cute. No, it's the relationships that you have. There's some people that you need to look at and ask the question, is that life, that example, that energy, is it a warning of what to do or a warning of what not to do? Is it an example that you need to emulate, or a warning that you say to yourself, I like them, they're good folk, but the kind of choices they're making and the kind of life they're living, that's not me. I've got to minimize the time I spend with them and the conversations I engage in with them, because we are not of the same cloth. We are branches of different trees. We're marching to the beat of a different drummer. See, in order to create the next greatest version of yourself, it's very important you assess your relationships. Some relationships are nourishing. Some are toxic. Nourishing relationships bring the best out of you. Nourishing relationships empower you. Nourishing relationships challenge you and hold you accountable. When I met Mike Williams coming down the steps of Champion Junior High School in Columbus, Ohio, that was a nourishing, positive, empowering relationship. He saw this, Les Brown, before I did. I just saw myself as a disc jockey. Les Brown, the man about town. But he saw another Les Brown, and he never got off point in seeing that and talking to me about that and calling it forth. That's how I became a speaker, because he said, man, you got a gift. You got a gift of inspiring people, motivating people. You got a gift. He noticed it because it was so close to me. You can't see the picture when you're in the frame. And it came so naturally, I didn't think I could make any money with talking, making people laugh, making people feel good. I couldn't see it. That's what psychologists call scotomas, blind spots. Have you ever had compliments about something you did well and you dismissed it? It was no big deal. But then you came to know, maybe I shouldn't disregard this, that maybe this is my gift. This is my key to a new life. If you've ever had that revelation, like this page and share it with other people. But most importantly, I want you to put voice in the comment section. Put voice in the comment section, because with his coaching, he taught me how to monetize my voice. With his coaching, he taught me how to tell my story. With his coaching, he gave me the courage to bet on me. I was on a job, I didn't like them, they didn't like me. And one day, I got the courage. I got the courage to leave. They said, where are you going? I said, I don't know, but I'm away from here. You're about to make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. You about to make me act a fool. Up in here. My blood pressure was high. I was having challenges going to sleep at night. I was being stressed out. I read an article that says, is your job killing you? I had some second thoughts about the decision that I made. And that article came up at the right time. They said, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. Is your job killing you? And it was. And after I left, I was able to get a good night's sleep. After I left, I was able to realize sometimes you don't know when you're in a toxic situation, it's a job or a relationship or the environment where you are, you don't know how toxic and debilitating it is until you get out from under it and you say, I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. Toxic situations can rob you of your health. A lot of people are obese because of what they eat and lack of exercise. Guess what? Even more because of what's eating them. And when you're living a misplaced life, when you're in an environment that's not you, when you are in a situation you feel stuck, and you're doing it just to pay the bills, your hair falling out or turning gray, and it's aging you, or a relationship that you're running back and forth to the doctor. Let me tell you something. Relationships, they can rob you of your health. People say, you make me sick. You don't want to be saying that often because they are. Acknowledge that and run and don't look back. There's some people that can make you sick, including your children. And they have their own journey. You have to release them to their own choices. Say, God, you know what? I helped to generate this, but they came from you. I'm bringing them back to the manufacturer. Oh my God. Yes. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. You can't change the choices that people make. People will live their life the way they want to live. The courage to change the things that I can. All you can do is change how you respond to it. And the wisdom to know the difference. Don't speak where you don't have any power, any influence, any impact. Try and give people some advice. I got a family member, oh my God, really challenging. And I was trying to give her some help and some advice. And she said, what do you know? Excuse me. No. I was just sharing. I asked for permission. Are you open to any coaching? Oh, I didn't know you want to come up in my grill like that, Uncle. Okay. All right. Guess what? She found out. See, there's some things our relatives can't get from us. You're not the one. Don't speak where you don't have a voice. Don't cast pearls before swine, people of low consciousness, lest they turn and rend you. It turn against you. I was trying to discourage her from making a decision that was major for her. She fell in love with a voice on a telephone, somebody in jail for killing somebody. Oh, he loves me. Is that right? Okay. We talk every day. I guess if you ain't got nothing to do. Oh, my goodness. Yes. This thing called, isn't it fascinating to live your greatest life? It takes courage to leave people alone. It takes courage to focus on you and make you important. Take care of you. Charity begins at home. It takes courage to say no. No. I can't do that. I'll be putting myself at risk. But if I can find a way in which I can get back to you, I will. But I can't do that. It takes courage to draw the line in your life. I'm telling you, Jan Levon Sant knows what she was saying when she said, give to yourself until your cup runneth over, and then give to others from the overflow. And I was just giving. And then somebody, an angel said, if something happened to you, who's going to be there for you? Fill this out. It's very limited. These times where we are, you have to watch as well as pray. What do you mean by that? You got to observe what's going on. You got to have a plan of action. And it's better to have a plan of action and not need it than to need it and not have it. It's better to have money coming in and not need it than to need it and not have it. It's better right now for you to think about, what is it that I need to do with my gift? Your gift will make room for you. What is it that I need to do to invest in myself? And get a coach, somebody who's experienced, who's achieved what you want to achieve, who can help you get to that level where you want to go. And that's, if I'm talking to you, if the shoe fits, wear it. And if it doesn't fit, it's your shoe, wear it anyhow, as Mamie Brown would say. Put voice in the comment section. Hello, put voice in the comment section. Because my goal is to help people to live a life of no regrets. I had to face myself the other night before last. I said, if I died now, what would I regret? You know what it was? If I had not started the Greatness Center. I started in Miami and I stopped. The fear of success. It grew so fast, I found someone to take over and I ran. There's a fear of success and a fear of failure. I felt I couldn't handle it. And as I was thinking about living a life of no regrets, I heard this voice that said, let's do it. People need the kind of training you provide. Do it. The work that you did with kids in Miami and Liberty City and Washington, D.C. at the Mayor's Youth Leadership Institute for Marion Barry, and what you did in Chicago at Christ Universal Temple Church, do it. Start it again. Kids need help. They need mentors. They need spiritual fathers, just like Mr. Leroy Washington was your spiritual father. 81% of these homes that these kids, young men are being brought up in, they don't have fathers there. You are a presence for them. You are a positive example for them. Don't let them get infected with HIV, hood-infected virus, AIDS, addiction to incarceration, and death syndrome, when your words can be an antidote, can be a virus killer to those types of viruses. We're losing too many young men today, buying into the wrong images. They're not all born to play basketball or be rappers or run with a helmet on their head 35 miles an hour. Some of them want to think. Some of them want to do something different with their life. They have a limited vision of themselves because they don't have enough examples of people that look like them and that can talk to them and teach them how to have a larger vision of themselves, how to live a life where they're an asset to society rather than a liability. They're young men, you 75. Don't let people tell you you too old. They're young men that will listen to you. Your parents have been listening to you. Don't take this Greatness Center concept with you to your grave. There are people who will help you because they know you. They were raised with your voice in their ear. Throughout the cemetery of the Greatness Center. And I said, yes, Lord. And I had my first speech Sunday morning. You check it out on my Facebook at 10 o'clock. And I'll be doing it every Sunday at 10 o'clock. And it's designed to teach people methods and techniques of how they can begin to navigate this thing called life. People from all walks of life. That's been a dream hey, do you remember me? Hey, you started with me. You started working with kids. You remember me? You were training kids and their parents. Do you remember me? You stop. You stop. You ever started something and life showed up and you stopped, but you're still here. You're still here. If you feel that there's a greater work for you to do, if you recognize that you're still here because of God's grace and mercy, if you want to die a life of no regrets, I want you to put voice in the comment section. If you are fearless, if you are hungry to make your presence felt, to make a greater impact, to leave a job that's not you, if you've lost what they say is everything, but you still have your life, you want to learn how you can put your life back together using your story, using your adversity. We give a message from our mess. I want you to put voice in the comment section. I'll show you how you can, in the comfort of your home, virtually make more money than you made working on a job, 40, 60 hours a week. That wasn't you, and be your own boss. Things have changed. They've changed. We have to change. I was talking to a lady yesterday named Pat. She told me she used to be an operator. You wanted to make a long distance call, you had to say, operator, yes, I'd like to make a call, please. Automation came along, boom, all the operators were fired, gone out of there. Disruption, hello. We're going through disruptions all the time. I used to work at a bowling alley. Millennials will never believe this. I used to work in a bowling alley, and when people threw the ball down there to hit the pins, when the pins were knocked down, me and other kids, we were sitting back there, and we would jump down and set the pins up. That was before the electronic tray. We're going through creative disruption. That's right. They didn't just automatically come down, straighten the pins up. No, we went down and we straightened the pins up. I could see the millennials say, really? Let me tell you how old I am, 75. Let me tell you how old I am. They don't have this in this technological world. We had a cordless iron. What do you mean? We put the iron on some sterno heat and heat it up. Then you iron real fast before it cooled off. We'd have an iron that you plug in the wall. What? Yeah. I said, what's an ice box? Boy, you never seen an ice box. That's a refrigerator. I came along, ice man. You bought a block of ice for 25 cents and put it in the ice box and put pots under it to catch the water as it melted. What's in the ice box? You don't know what an ice box is. Am I making this up? Come on now. I know I'm not as old as Methuselah yet, but I'm getting close. Come on. Disruption, creative disruption. And we've got to be creative to disrupt markets. We've got to be willing to learn something new. We've got to be flexible, adaptable, and versatile. If you're one of those people that's ready for that, if you believe that you're never too old to learn and never too young to teach, let me tell you, the world needs teachers today. They need coaches today. They need mentors today. They need someone that can help them clear their heads. Is that you? Are you willing to say, yes, Lord? Oh, Shekinah glory. Come on, you know you messed me up. Yes, Lord. That's what I finally said. Are you ready for God to do a new thing with your life? Put voice in the comment section because the world needs you. It takes courage to decide to live your greatest life. Anybody can be a winner. Anybody can allow themselves to be driven to live a small life and subdued by fear. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and of love, of sound mind. Power, you've got the power. You're stronger than anything that you're going through right now. Love, find something that's in your heart. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. Something that you're passionate and find ways to monetize your passion. And a sound mind, you can't be in a sound mind when you are scared to death, peeing on yourself because you don't know the truth of who you are. Put voice in the comment section. If you've already wet your pants, it's okay. I'll hook you up with some Depends. Oh, behave, hello. No, he didn't go there. No, he. Oh my God. No, he didn't go there. No, yes, he did, honey. Yes, he did, honey. That boy, he needed medication now. Put voice in the comment section. Life meets you where you meet life. You got the power. You have greatness in you. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's Baby Boy. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. God bless you and God bless your decision to live your greatest life. Put voice in the comment section. Bye for now. Oh, behave. Hello. You're having too much fun. Yes, you are. I know. It's good to be me. Put voice in the comment section.